Do you want to bring more vegetables into your diet but still find yourself having a sweet tooth? I'm Hannah Mason, Vitality Coach, and in this video, we're going to be sharing a delicious recipe that is oh so sweet and oh so full of vegetables. So one of my absolute favorite vegetables is the carrot. I'm so into carrots that my hands are slightly on the orange side because I have this insatiable appetite for all orange foods for some reason. I love watermelons and I love carrots and sweet potatoes and pumpkins, and they're all chock full of beta carotenes. And there are a whole class of phytonutrients called carotenoids, and they have incredible capacities to reduce our risk for cancer, to reduce inflammation in the body, increase heart health, including reducing blood pressure, and they actually do a whole slew of things that scientists haven't even discovered yet. But one thing that I am absolutely sure about when it comes to carrots is that they're oh so yum and incredibly versatile. You can eat them raw in many delicious salads, and you can eat them cooked in soups. So I'm going to give you a salad lowdown. When I was in school growing up, my sister Karen and I both had this obsession with carrot, and we'd come home and very quickly chop a carrot, throw some vinegar or lemon juice on it, and some fresh herb like parsley, a dash of salt, and boom, had a salad. And that would be my after school snack. And for me, that was really good because my body was really craving sugar, which carrots have. But I didn't want to experience a sugar spike. And even back then, as a kid, I kind of understood that if I ate candy, it would make me really tired. And I really wanted all of the water and the refreshment that I could get from a carrot salad, and I just absolutely love the taste. I still do. So what's really cool about the sugar that comes in fresh produce is that you get the sugar that you need, particularly that your brain needs, which is really great for kids, without getting a high sugar spike. And the reason is that the glycemic load of produce is very low because produce is so chock full of fiber that slows down the digestive process and slows down the release of sugar into the bloodstream. All of that fiber is also really good for all the little bacteria dudes that like to live down here in your gut. They love eating the fiber, and in that process produce all sorts of compounds that reduce inflammation, kill cancer, increase heart health, and do all sorts of amazing things, many of which we still don't know about. Now, that's on the raw side. On the cooked side, carrots have the same capacity that most vegetables have, which is that when you cook them, if you watch the process as they cook, they go from being a slightly dull color, in this case orange, it's a more dull orange, and as you cook it, there's this point at which you get this gorgeous orange color that absolutely pops. And that point right there is the peak of nutrition in the carrot. And that's when you want to stop it from cooking if you can. Pull it out of the pot, cool it down. And that's when you're really, really going to get the peak of nutrition, which is really great if you want to steam any vegetables like broccoli. You'll notice broccoli gets this gorgeous bright green. There's still a little bit of crunch to it, which for a soup is not so ideal. And what the recipe I want to share with you now is a carrot soup. So even though there's like a peak of nutritional value when we steam a vegetable and get it to that gorgeous, gorgeous bright color, sometimes we're willing to let go on certain nutrition in order to access other nutrition when the vegetable's totally soft and really easy to digest. And sometimes it's just tastier, and because we're eating a whole food plant-based diet that's so chock full of so many vitamins and minerals, if we have something that's cooked beyond its ideal point, it's not the end of the world. So this is the recipe. You don't even need to write this one down because it's so simple. You take carrots and you chop them up however you want. You don't need to peel them. You can chop them up in a food processor using the S-blade. You can chop them up in a food processor using the shredder. You can chop them up by hand. It doesn't matter how you cut up the carrots. Throw them in a pot. Then take some ginger, and you're going to want about this much ginger for every 5 to 10 carrots. It's depending on how much ginger you like. You chop up that ginger, throw it into the pot, add enough water that you've covered the carrots and the ginger, put it to a boil, and you're going to add salt to taste. So just add a little bit of salt until the taste feels just right to you. Once it's done cooking, you just put it to a boil. Once it's boiling, you bring it down to a simmer. And once it's done cooking, if you have an immersion blender, so blend it. And if you don't, eat it just the way it is. That's it. Simplest soup you could ever possibly make, and it's so sweet, but it's also got like a little bit of a zip because of the ginger. And if you don't want to eat the actual pieces of ginger, that's okay. You can scoop them out of the soup, but the ginger flavor will have pervaded the entire thing. If you do have an immersion blender, if you want to pour the soup into your blender after it's cooled down, then the ginger is just going to blend in, and then it won't be so strong and chewy. Hopefully that was a recipe that you can enjoy and share, and I'm really, really sending you so many blessings for more vegetables and more sweetness in your life. And if you find that you want to increase the vitality in your life and you want to move towards healthier living, but you feel kind of stuck, so check out my health quiz. You'll see a link for it below, hannahmason.com/health quiz, to figure out what beliefs might be blocking you from experiencing the vitality you've always been looking for. And if you feel like you could use support and guidance in your path towards vitality, so get in touch with me, set up a free discovery session, and see how we can work together to get your vitality up a notch. In the meantime, I'm wishing you so many joys. Want to find out what's blocking your vitality? Quickly take the quiz at hannahmason.com/health quiz.